going on, YouTube? Got another update here for the Lava Rock Aquaponic Garden. As you can see, buddy, looking half decent. Also have a new addition over here. New deep water culture bed under leak test, so it's not exactly running. You can see there's no pipe coming off the end of that shutoff there, going in there, so there's no water running in. Got some aeration going on. I have a crappy piece of plywood right there, just like the other one that's soaked, and that will be going over top of it just to prevent some algae growth. As you can see, we're still holding right up there near the top of the intake. Well, I guess the drain there. Holding pretty close, pretty good. One thing, I did use this, what is it, a Bosch, whatever. Got a little screw tip there, and like on the side it's all curvy and stuff. Used one of these designs. I don't like them. I prefer the old style where there was no screw part right here, and these were just flat. They were so much easier to do. But if you're gonna drill, quick pro tip here. The way I did it was, this is sitting on a piece of plywood, so I just pressed down into the plywood, and that way my cut was actually really clean. It wasn't the best cut. Ideally, I guess I should have put a board on top and then drilled through the board, through the plastic, into the board kind of thing. That would have been a nice clean cut, but way more clean of a cut on this one than that bed. That bed was horrible. Fish hanging out in there. Water level's pretty good. As you can see right over there, this drain pipe right here coming back in. It's just an overflow from the pump. That thing is actually out of the water. You can see a little bit of algae right there on the very bottom. I'm pretty sure I got this fan in, or the camera right in the fan. But yeah, right over there, you could see a little bit of the algae growing right on there. That's because the water level dropped about an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, everything else has been going pretty good. Open up that window right over there. That window right there no longer has screen. It's all rolled up. That's that dark thing up there at the top. This one still has screen because I got a fan. Just trying to prevent, you know, needless murder. Whatever. Yeah, I just figured, you know, you got forcing air going through. You don't want to have, well, you do want to have some kind of netting to keep things out of the fan at least. So anyway, let's get on to what we got growing on over here. We've got my little apple tree experiment right here. Not crunchy. Still. Doesn't look good, but it's not crunchy. We've got my 2 jalapenos, 2 green bell. Still cannot tell which one's which because they're not fruiting yet. They should be soon. My serrano right back here, looking nice. Nice little fork right up here, but no more fruit. I pulled everything off of it. We're trying to save the seeds. My Santa Fe Grande. After I got that one pepper, I didn't get to save the seeds on that one. I gave it to one of my foreign friends, and they cut it up and ate it before I even knew about it, and the seeds were gone. But it's looking pretty half decent. Dropping a few leaves, as you can see right down there. My carrots here, looking all pretty nice. Not ready to pull them like I did with the hot tub aquaponic garden. If you didn't see that, check that out. My L'Orange strawberry. We've got a little bit of, you know, some tips here. Some redness and stuff like the other ones we're getting, a little bit right over here, but these are the older ones. I didn't trim this one back. I did trim those guys right over there back really good. I'll get to them in a second. My lettuce here, hey, all the way up here, getting ready to go to seed, and it's right over the bed, so it should be dropping all kind of lettuce seed right here in these empty spots which need filled. So hopefully I'm gonna have lots of lettuce coming up for the fall. 2 of my volunteers here, as you can see, nice little stems here, and way back here with this nice little offshoot here, and they are just gigantic. They're way up over my head, and actually I'm thinking I'm gonna have to tie them in here with this main beam because they're like right there. just a little bit of distance, and it's flowering. Oh yeah, flick, flick. And yeah, I've been flicking my tomatoes lately. Anyway, right over here with the strawberries, I thinned them way back. We had a whole bunch of crappy looking leaves, and sometimes it's just time to remove the leaves. I said in my last video, if you can see this here, there we go, well, maybe a little bit. Alright, yeah, these little leaf type dealies, they just peel right off. Just make sure you grab a hold of the plant nice and firm, and just kind of rock it from side to side, and it'll pop right off, and bam, you've got crappy old leaves like this, and just bam, they're gone, and your plant is looking a whole lot better. Also, it also, you know, helps the plant grow a lot more, and we got all kind of new growth popping off. I've got a whole bunch of little runners there, all over the place, man. I can't even tell you how many there are. I mean, here's one right here sticking out, so it must have popped out of the rock there. Oh, another one right behind it there that popped out of the rock. But I planted all of these earlier, dug them right down to the rock so they'd be ready to go. But, oh well, I guess I gotta do it again. Right over here, I got an onion. I always forget about this guy. Haven't the last couple weeks, but looking half decent. And it's right next to my beefsteak, which is looking pretty good. Standing up a little bit tall. Right next to it, my San Marzano. Standing up nice and tall. Just starting to put off some freaking flowers way up here. Right next to it, we got my yellow cherry right here. Standing up nice and tall. Got some flowers right up here. So hopefully we can get something out of that guy. We've got my chili red right here. Same fruit that came on it, but it's about time to pick it. And as you can see, the leaves are looking very lacking. My nice gigantic kale here from JT Bear. Looking beautiful. It is gigantic. Look at that base there. It is freaking huge. And I've been trimming the heck out of it, which is making it grow a lot more, just like the one right next to it. Look at this thing, man. Freaking gigantic. And it's just getting better. Speaking of getting better, look at all my little volunteers. They're all over the place. Where else do I have them? Over here. There's another one right there that I won't focus on. There's another one way over here. There we go. Kind of maybe focus them. Another one right over here, but they're all over the place. My carrots over here, looking half decent. Gonna wait a couple more weeks before I pull them. My little apple tree experiment, this little stick, doesn't look like it's doing anything. Got a nice algae mass forming right here on the water intake. A couple of my peppers here been losing some leaves. They're kind of yellowing a little bit, but my cantaloupe is starting to trellis itself right on up here. Starting to wrap its tendril right around there. A couple more of my tomatoes here, looking nice. A bunch of whole plants on this one. Flick, flick, flick. Got that thing going. Some more right over here. Flick, flick. Looking awesome. These little guys over here that weren't really doing so good are actually standing up really tall. I've been trimming off the bottom of them, which is a normal practice. I usually do that with all of my tomatoes and select peppers. Obviously this one I didn't do, but just trying to promote more growth going on. Right over here I've got my black creme. And as you can see, I got a couple of flower sites right here, but majority of them are right up here. Got it actually going into the trellis a little bit, so hopefully it'll be trellising. Something that needs trellis is a giant Marconi here. Big old pepper. It's about time to go ahead and pull that guy. Its other friend has been pulled a little bit ago, but as you can see, it's leaning that plant really hard. Couple more of my, I don't even know what the heck kind of tomatoes these are, but they're flowering here. Got some more flower right up here. Got some more right over here. Some failed flowering right there, but real flowering up here and up here. But yeah, they're all doing their thing. My kale Got another 2 kale right back here. A little one right there on the left, looking pretty decent. The right one looking a heck of a lot better. I've been, like I said, I've been trimming the heck out of them, and so they're actually starting to get really big. Little green bell is still little. My whatever the heck kind of pepper this is, lots of growth right off the top, but it's been dropping leaves on the bottom there. That's why I got a long stem there. And I don't know, we'll see what's going on with that thing. One of my Malabar right there, looking half decent. The other one right over there, kind of stuck underneath a little airline. There we go. Looking half decent. My mammoth jalapeno right here. Got one right over there. The leaves getting in the way. Yep, right over there. But the leaves kind of look really lacking. What else do we got going on over here? My garden salsa, not really taken off or anything like that. But we got this one pepper right in there, looking half decent. Mexi Bell's really starting to look crappy. And I've got 2 here, one there, one right over here. There, wherever that is, I can barely see. Daggone tomato in the way. And then right over here, we've got my cow horn, which, you know, nice looking pepper right there, but plant is kind of lacking. Another little pepper right there, and another one right there, looking crappy. But got my watermelon right here. Not looking that bad. Not looking great, but not looking bad. I don't know, maybe it'll take off, kind of like this cantaloupe. Starting to hang right off there, and hopefully I'm hoping to train it to go right around the base right here, around the entire thing. Got a couple flowers right on there, so hopefully we're going to get some fruit. My pineapple sage, which is freaking gigantic. Look at this root mass underneath here. It's gigantic. I mean, it's huge. Looking pretty good, and where it came from, not looking so awesome. A couple of these tomatoes, they look like they're starting to take off a little bit. The banana peppers, these guys look like they're getting a little bit bigger. These ones seem to, I don't know, they kind of seem like the same size. My quinault, I didn't take off any of the leaves on this guy. Maybe I probably should have, but probably could use a little bit of a trimming there. But I'll get to that soon. My peppermint, looking gigantic and everything, and still hanging right off the side. I mean, it's gigantic. Let's see if we can find any ladybugs and stuff. Nope, not really. But they like to hide. Oh, I think they're yeah, they are falling right off of here. So yeah, they're hanging out in there. They like that as a cover. My other cantaloupe, I kind of put it over here because it was trying to attach to the mint. So I've been trying to training it away from that. That way, when the time comes, I can just have it right over here and kind of run the baseline the whole way around. Actually, maybe I can keep it right there. No, I was going to try to go for the mint. But we're going to keep it right up here and try to train it. My Lorenz strawberries, check it out. All kind of stuff. Got little growth right there trying to pop off, like flowers trying to actually become strawberries. These are weird as heck. I've never seen this before. They're kind of like little buds that the strawberries are growing. Very weird. Never seen that before either. My peppers, well, these 2 are the banana peppers there, but these 2 right here are jalapenos. That one does not look very good, so all the leaves fell off. I'm left with pretty much a stick, so I'm thinking that's not going to make it. My mammoth jalapenos, got one jalapeno on there, and another one trying to start, and the leaves are kind of falling off on that, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But the real progress of the day is this deep water culture bed is now up and testing. So all I need to do is make sure it's not leaking anymore, which it's been holding that water level pretty good. And once it holds that water level, then I can just go ahead. I've got that piece of plywood. I'm going to put it on there to prevent algae. I'm not going to use that whenever I get it going. I'm probably going to use just regular old plywood. It's been out in the rain a couple times. It dries out pretty quick, so maybe that'll work. I don't know. Just all an experiment anyway. But yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll hook up this last line of water right here off of the shutoff so that I can have an intake, and this bed will be up and running. And all I have to do is plant all my cups there, right in here with some rock, throw in some plants, and bam, we've got a whole nother bed going. So that's been a look around here. It's right about dusk right now, and I'm actually very surprised about how much light is coming in on this camera. But yeah, so that's what I got going on this week. One other thing that I did want to do is right here. This is the only section of the fish tank that is open right here, right there with the two pipes. Probably make a couple cuts on some kind of board right here, like a piece of plywood, and just put it right over here to add a little bit more darkness to the fish tank to, you know, prevent algae growth as much as I can. Been thinking about that for a while, and I think I should totally do that. I mean, it's already set up. I got the 2x4s right there, already ready for it. All I really need is a piece of plywood, and I'm ready to go. So that will conclude the tour of this week's garden. What's going on? So don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun, happy media stuff. Throw a comment down below. Ask me a question. Probably don't have a good answer for it, but I will answer it anyway. But yeah, that's what I got going on this week, and that's what I got growing on. So, nice tomatoes here. Look at that, man. Getting ready to jump over there with the other tomatoes. Love it. Alright, well, it was a, I don't know, extended, long, boring walk around my garden, and what's growing on this week. So, till next week. I will catch y'all later. Later.